for this group, I was like, yeah, of course, none of these dumb fucks know how to cook a proper roast. Am I right? Okay. That's a food joke, you're welcome. That's a double entendre. Okay, I'm Sicilian, so I know some shit. Now, you're probably all of you guys at home, you're wondering how you, yourselves, can whip up this roast panel right at home. And to help you out, I've recently written a new cookbook. I'm calling it Rachael Ray's 8 Washed Up, Crispy Fried Fucking Losers. Yummy. Okay, so how to make Paula Deen. You're gonna preheat your oven to 450. Then you're gonna find a blue-eyed baby doll at a thrift store. Pop her in the oven for about 3 minutes until the features have melted just enough that it's like severely unsettling to look at, but not in a way that you can pinpoint exactly why. Then you're gonna add just a pinch of deeply seated racism. But when you're pouring it, the top pops off, like a whole jar goes in. Huh? Whoopsie, you know? Apologize profusely later, but don't mean it. Tasty. And then you're gonna top that with a dollop of type 2 diabetes. Creamy stuff. Okay, Anthony Bourdain. You're gonna start with a worn leather bag. You're gonna stuff it full to the brim with cigarettes and heroin, and then you can just hang that somewhere in France. That's pretty easy. Got his ass, he shouldn't have called me an ugly bitch. You are not safe, even deep in the grave, motherfucker. Okay, Anthony Bourdain hosted a show on the Travel Channel called Anthony Bourdain No Reservations, which I assume referred to how few people ever went to his terrible restaurant. And then his show, Parts Unknown, and his book, The Nasty Bits, are named after the cuts of meat that he served there, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that's fine. I don't need your approval. I'm a very rich woman. Okay. So let's move on to Julia Child. You're gonna find a short brown wig in an alley. You're gonna saute that on high heat until it looks like something no one would ever dare broadcast on television. Okay? Then you're gonna mix in the voice of Buffalo Bill, but somehow less feminine. Gordon Ramsay. This is a tasty treat. We're gonna start by broiling a rat in a tiny little chef coat, okay? The rat needs to be screaming the F word, though, for it to have the right, you know what I mean? And then you're gonna top that with just a little bit of the personality of a cancerous mole. Okay. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm not a real chef. But unlike Gordon, who is a real cunt, okay? He's kind of a mean guy. Chef. Paula Deen doesn't think Chef is a real person, and it's not because he's a cartoon. It's not a recipe, it's just the truth. It can be better, you know? Okay, Swedish Chef. People are gonna roast you because it's hard to understand you, but nobody knows what the fuck Emeril Lagasse is saying either, and he actually has a tongue, so riddle me that. One One of Emerald Lagasse's catchphrases is "bam," which I can only assume is because that is the sound that the gun would make when you kill yourself rather than eating any of his shitty food. Bam! Good stuff. Okay, Guy Fieri, the man of the hour. You're gonna start with a full and uncooked ham that's been left in the sun for about an hour. Okay, we're gonna cover it with horrible tattoos. We're gonna sprinkle it with a little bit of toasted human hair. Okay, should be unrecognizable as a human's hair though, just so you know. And then you wanna just place it somewhere out of sight. And then just don't give a shit about it for like 8 years. Cooked to perfection. Guy Fieri, you look like the guy from Smash Mouth smashed more shit into his mouth. Guy's real last name is Fieri, which he legally changed to Fieri, which he pronounces Fieri. That's like if Mountain Dew Voltage was like, actually, it's pronounced Mountain Dew Voltage. We're fancy now. The Swedish chef is more authentically Swedish than you are Italian. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Have a nice night.